Let's talk about loving. I want to get it. Let's talk about better knowing the Lord so that we may more deeply love the Lord. Got it. Take 5. Hey, I'm Father Mark Mary with Franciscan Friars of the Renewal, and this is Ascension Presents. It's a new year, new beginning, new opportunity for going a little bit deeper. And what I want to talk about today is like some ways in which we can have ongoing formation or ongoing sort of deepening of our, particularly the intellectual life, at the service of a more deep love of the Lord. And I was talking with Father Gregory Pine, who's been on here a number of times, just about study, an ongoing study. And one of his recommendations was like, yeah, I'd really recommend that all the lay people, all people, have at least 30 minutes a week where they're studying and they're reading and really kind of working on and improving the intellectual life. And again, it's this back and forth if we want to better know the Lord so that we may more deeply love the Lord, and the more we love the Lord, the more we want to know the Lord in it. And it's this beautiful sort of like dance of the spiritual and the intellectual life. What I'm going to propose are 3 areas, 3 types of reading that are good staples, really, really solid staples for all of us in our intellectual life and our ongoing formation and study. The first one's really easy and really common and popular, and that's just the daily gospel. I think reading the daily gospel is really, really great, and for a couple of reasons. Just very practically, the fact that it's prepared for you, it's given to you. You don't have to do any work of like figuring out what you're going to read. That's just extremely helpful for our humanity, and right, having an ongoing contact, daily contact with the scriptures, particularly the gospels, is really key and really fundamental. And so I do think, though I don't think it's ideal for our entire spiritual reading to just be the gospel of the day. I do think reading the gospel of the day is really ideal, right? And you can find that in some sort of devotionals like the Magnificat, or the USCCB website has it, or by going to daily mass. However you get it, the daily gospel is a great part of our ongoing sort of intellectual formation, especially contact with the Word. Number 2, and I'm a big church documents guy. And I think they are one of the unsung heroes that a lot of folks don't know about or talk about, but I love them. And so if there is a topic that I want to learn about, I'm going to type in one of the Holy Father's names and whatever that topic is, and look for like one of these documents from the Vatican website. So there's a variety of different documents. There's apostolic exhortations, there's encyclicals, which are kind of these letters written to everybody. There's Angelus teachings, etc. But these church documents are so solid. They're so solid, and they're so thorough, and they're so good. And this is meat and potatoes. This is like the solid stuff. And I also find them often be extremely beautiful. One of my favorite ones that I'll recommend here, because a topic which seems to be really popular is the Rosary, and understanding better the Rosary. There's one of the church documents by John Paul II on the Most Holy Rosary, which is absolute gold. It's fire. It's so good. It's really thorough. It's really helpful. So you can just type in John Paul II, whatever, encyclical, Rosary. He wrote a bunch of them. Dei Verbum, which is from Vatican II on the scriptures, is also like one of my favorites. But whatever it is, you want to learn more about Jesus, you want to learn more about a particular aspect of his life, you want to learn about suffering, there's one on suffering, on the Word of God. They're so gold. Church documents, they're really, really good. So I'm really gonna kind of invite you and maybe challenge you, encourage you to try and look up and read at least one this year. Maybe one in the first quarter of the year. And then if you like it and you want some more, hopefully we can incorporate more of them into the rest of the year. And thirdly, I brought this up before, particularly the section on prayer, the catechism. The catechism is so good, and it's so solid, and it's really concise, and it's really accessible, and it's just right there. Like whatever it is about the faith you want to learn, like I would encourage like the first stop to be, let's go to the catechism. And I mentioned now, because of course this is this privileged time where Father Mike's going through the catechism in a year. And to have the catechism, to have somebody we all like know and love and appreciate what he brings to the table and the work he does and the insight he offers in Father Mike, and that there's this really, really accessible, concrete resource to not just read the catechism, but also to have it kind of broken open and explained for us in a really, really tangible, clear way this year. I think that's a huge opportunity. And I know the Bible in the year was a huge hit. And I think the catechism in the year and really doing a study with this is going to serve you really well. I know it's an investment, but it's definitely an investment worth making. So getting that daily gospel, 100%. Picking up at least, looking up, and they're free, the one document. Looking up one document, maybe downloading the PDF, whatever it is, ideally before like April 1st. And then also just checking out the Catechism of the Year and really, really, really deepening the intellectual life. And again, we have a great history of the intellectual life. And the more we know the Lord, the more deeply we're going to know the Lord, grow in kind of confidence and security with Him. And so let's really prayerfully spend some time allowing the Lord to teach us about Himself this year. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, we are pilgrims on this earth. Somos peregrinos poco a poco. Little by little, vamos a llegar. We're going to make it. God bless y'all.